what a difference a week makes. A week ago, you could not see the ground. A week ago, you could not see the road. It is now Sunday, February 15th, 2026. The temperatures have gotten high enough to melt over a foot of snow that we received here in Ohio, Amish country. The roads are slushy, the back roads especially. Snow it'll probably be gone by midweek. And that's Ohio weather. We're right here north of Mount Hope, Ohio, here in Amish country, Holmes County, Ohio. It is a Sunday, so we will not see as much car traffic, but it is the time of the day, 4 o'clock, where families are going home from church after having some afternoon visitation. And also, speaking of visitation, I am just coming home from taking a family to a viewing. I learned that this lady, she was elderly, but she had passed a little after midnight, like 12 hours, well, it would have been 14 hours ago, after midnight. And then the funeral director came to her residence after midnight, of course, and prepared her body for burial. So they are embalmed, and there are coffins that are on hand at this particular funeral home, a variety of sizes. They're locally made, but just that quick, passing away. Then when they contacted the funeral director, he puts out a big call into like local phone booths, and also there is an 800 number that's set up for Amish. When they check their messages, they can tap into the 800 number and put in a code for local obituaries. And when I went to the viewing, we were there about 2 o'clock, and the stream of buggies were coming in, the cars. There were non-Amish people, of course, there at the viewing as well. But you would have thought that this was the second day of viewing, but it was just within the first 12 hours of getting notification. So their viewings last 2 hours. I'm sorry, not 2 hours, 2 days. And then the third day is the funeral. Well, here we are coming into Mount Hope. We have an upcoming event. I think this coming weekend is the Airworks show at the Mount Hope Event Center. Then the third week of March is the Home and Garden show. So I just booked that with a family. And so you can see Sunday in Mount Hope is dead. And figuratively. Okay, here it is. There's the Home and Garden show info. Okay, gotcha. Yep. So the square at Mount Hope, it's usually, traffic everywhere. But on Sunday, we know that the businesses are closed, and you don't have Mrs. Yoder's restaurant open. The Premier Outdoor, closed. Of course, banks are closed, coffee shops are closed, quilt shops are closed. But it's a day of rest for the Amish. It's a day to visit. Even in the Bible it says that, on the seventh day God rested. He made the heavens and the earth and all the animals, etc. within the 6 days. But on the seventh day he rested. And there's something to be said about rest and taking time off and putting work aside. It seems to not hurt the economy here. We are not, seem to be suffering from lack of business on Sunday. And yet there are places right now as we speak, about 40 miles north of here, Canton, Ohio, that's about 40 miles north, busy with the malls. People are shopping, people are out eating, and that's fine. But it's refreshing to see a community of over 40,000 people that honor a day, the same day of the week, to take off and rest. So, not that there's, like I said, not that there's something that they never do. I mean, church, and there's funerals that come up, like we mentioned, but they don't get married on Sunday, so we don't use that as a day to marry. But Ohio Amish country is unique. It seems to be the people that live here are very much like-minded. They seem to want to conserve the old traditional ways of life. Maybe like I grew up in the 60s. I like that way of life that we grew up. And they want to conserve it or preserve it. That doesn't really change a lot for the Amish people. There's something to be said about it. It isn't for everyone because it just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't. I don't think it would work. But it works here. And I think that's what attracts so many people about this community. The values, etc. It's a little dreary day. It's just a little spray, a very light spray of rain coming down. But yeah, if you haven't visited Ohio Amish country yet, oh, certainly think about that. You can go to a couple different websites. The Holmes County Visitors Bureau is visitamishcountry.com. If you're looking for more of a tour and to have some authentic experiences like bread baking classes in an Amish home, and okay, this fella probably is either looking at signs or, yep, he's out of state, probably looking at the school. Also, like tours, back road tours, dinners in Amish homes, basket making classes, things of that nature, then Amish Table Talk.com would be a good source for that type of activity. And in the meantime, enjoy this day, and hope to see you in Ohio Amish country.